Every single one of those YouTube views that you see down there,
right.
you might look at that and you might say, oh, Billy's getting beaten by cats, you know, or some sort of kitten video.
Right.
But Ralph Nader didn't watch that kitten video.
And that's why.
And every one of these like 3,600 views that this video is going to get, or, you know, whatever.
I was thinking it would get more like 15.
15,000 views. Every one of those is someone of a Nader,
Yeah, right.
you know, a resume.
Actually, I was thinking more like 15.
That's it.
Yeah, he went 15,000. I think I love that. That's ambitious.
Yeah.
And I appreciate his the positive thinking. But yeah, that's, you know, we'll go for that. We'll
All
go
right.
for that.
All right.
Yeah. Jesus, Ralph is still out here. I'm gonna try to see if I can talk to him also.
15 is good because that means that like 1 minute of this is for each and every one of you.
That's right.
This minute is dedicated to Dennis in Utah. Dennis, keep it up. But I mostly grew up in Ottawa, which is kind of like DC.
Okay.
In the sense that most of the people with creative energy get pulled away to nearby cities, and most of the people who just want a pension and don't care how they get it move to Ottawa.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of like DC has a relationship with like Philly and New York like that.
Yeah.
You know.
See, I know exactly what you're saying. I mean,
Yeah. Which creates a lot of space for us to
Yeah,
make like
right.
goofy videos, like very unprepared, and you know have an audience.
Exactly. Yeah, DC has. I've struggled with that. I've struggled with the ability to get other people who would want to either behind the camera or in front of the camera speak, you know, collaborate, come up with things relevant, you know, politically relevant or not, and just kind of do stuff. And I often end up having the camera alone. But now, since you're from Northern Ontario,
Yeah.
the obvious question is, do you know Drake?
I know Drake.
You know him personally.
I know Drake. Yeah, it's since there's only 11 of us in Canada.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, 11. So there's Justin Timberlake, myself. Sorry, what's the little Justin Timberlake's name? Bieber. Justin Bieber and Drake, which rhymes with Timberlake. You know, which so if Drake and Justin Bieber were to have a kid, it would be Justin Timberlake.
Of course.
And Timbaland. So the three of them. Anyways.
Timbaland's from Canada?
No, but Timberlake. Never mind.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
That one.
Brought to you by Hopeless. Go pick it up.
That joke.
That joke was for Edwin in Florida.
This is your minute now, Edwin.
This is your minute, Edwin.
Okay.
Yeah, go pick up Hopeless.
Applause to you, my friend.
Applause.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so you...
You know, you get influenced by works of other people that you see. So for me, hip hop was a big thing. A lot of my political views came out of listening to political hip hop. Documentary film, I remember watching The Corporation, Manufacturing Consent. Films like this really got to me. And reading history and getting to know the real history, like reading Howard Zinn. And realizing that like, oh, you know, I don't have to, like, just because I think the world is wrong, I don't have to start from scratch. Like, there's a parallel tradition that has been addressing problems with this world for years, and even in the United States, where it's like they do the hardest job possible to cover that up. And so yeah, so things like this gave me the energy and the grounding to jump in.
Awesome.
You know, and be like, I want full freedom and full equality.
That's what's up, man. Okay, word association. Okay?
Okay.
Ready? Wait, what are the political parties in Canada, by the way?
Bad. We started.
That was it. I switched off. People.
Good.
Politics.
Yeah.
Good, bad.
Anti-people.
Okay. Art.
Also stories.
Okay. Well, that leads right into Resistencia.
Resistencia, yeah.
I did that all
You got
wrong.
cool. I mean, it's understandable.
Resistencia.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about Resistencia, man.
Resistencia is a 90-minute documentary that I'm working on. It was filmed in the Aguan Valley of Honduras, and I think this is a story that everyone needs to know about. As if people were inspired by Occupy Wall Street, if people were inspired by Tahrir Square in Egypt, this is like a next level thing along those lines of taking. You know, and so like in those places, we're talking about taking public squares. This is taking the plantations of the richest man in Honduras after he helped overthrow the elected government. And so these farmers basically said, okay, you're going to overthrow the only president that's ever even done like minor progressive reforms in our favor. We're not playing this electoral game anymore. We're just going to take it. And so they've been holding 10,000 hectares or 10,000 acres, sorry, of probably the most fertile land in Central America, the most profitable plantations, African palm oil plantations in the region. And they took it from the richest, most powerful guy in the country. They took it right out from under him. And they've been holding it for 3 years. Over 60 of the farmers have been assassinated, but they stay there. And it's not a story about corporate wrongdoing. I think people are aware of that now, and I think it's a battle. The battle amongst the general population now is about whether it's worth trying to do something, what can we do, what's possible. Not so much as like, no, everything's fine. I think people, I think recent events have really pushed that position out of the mainstream to a certain degree, and it's cynicism that's the mainstream position. And so I want to show these farmers who really, on December 8th, 2009, had no power whatsoever. Like, you're looking at these guys, they're farmers with no land, their president's been overthrown, the guy who's directly on top of them is the richest, most powerful guy in the country. You're like, these people are powerless. December 9th, they just took over the plantations, and they're holding all the cards. And ever since then, they've been the most powerful people in the region, as a group. And on this land, they're building radio stations, they're building schools, they're building libraries, all in the face of this ultra-violence. They're just moving forward. There we go.
All right, bro. Take it easy. Thank you.